Good morning, everyone. My name is David Elwood. I'm the Dean here at the John F. Kennedy School of Government, and welcome to the John F. Kennedy Jr. Forum. It is my very great honor to have you all here today for a special public address by Shinzo Abe, the Prime Minister of Japan. Welcome. I would like to acknowledge a number of our distinguished guests in the audience, Ambassador Caroline Kennedy, Jack Kennedy Schlossberg, and the Consul General of Japan, Tom Himiono. Please give them a warm welcome. Let me also thank Director Maggie Williams, IIP Director Maggie Williams, staff of the Institute of Politics, and the Office of University Marshal for making this all possible. Before introducing everyone, I do want to make one quick announcement, which I often make, which is the simple rules of the road here at the John F. Kennedy Jr. Forum. We have remarkable speakers from around the world who come here, including today's speaker. The rules are very simple. All speakers must take free and unfettered questions from the audience, and in exchange, the audience allows the speaker to speak without interruption or distraction. Those are the simple rules. Those who cannot abide by those rules will be asked to leave. And I'm sure today's program will go terrifically well. In a moment, I'm going to turn the program over to Joe Nye. And I want to thank Joe for being here today, especially since he just arrived this morning at 6 a.m. on a flight from Asia. So it's a true service. Joe is the University Distinguished Service Professor and former Dean of the Kennedy School. He really is one of the most remarkable international relations of his generation, scholars of his generation. His ideas, including soft power, are among the most important and influential ideas that affect governments around the world. Not surprisingly, he's been recognized as one of the top scholars in many, many journals. And just this November, the Emperor of Japan conferred the Order of the Rising Sun, Gold, and Silver Star in recognition of Joe Nye's contribution to the development of studies on Japan, U.S. security, and the promotion of mutual understanding between Japan and the United States. He is an ideal moderator for today's session. Before Joe takes over the program, though, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome back Caroline Kennedy, who serves as the ambassador of the U.S. Ambassador to Japan and has done so since 2013. This is simply the latest chapter in a remarkable story of service and inspiration. She has worked as a lawyer, author, editor. She's authored and co-authored books about constitutional issues such as the Bill of Rights and privacy, Profiles in Courage, and a series of best-selling anthologies and poems and photos. Ambassador Kennedy has been dedicated to public service throughout her life, whether it's serving as the chief executive of the Office of Strategic Partnerships in New York City, the president and the director of the John F. Kennedy Library Foundation, and I see Heather Campion has joined us here in her role leading that effort. And we're especially proud that she has served and serves as the chair of the Senior Advisory Committee here at the Institute of Politics. In many ways, Ambassador Kennedy truly has been an ambassador to us all for a very long time to do. Without further ado, Ambassador Kennedy.
Good morning. Thank you, Dean Elwood, for that very, very generous biographical introduction. And it's great to be back here at the Kennedy School and the Institute of Politics. And I'm also grateful to Professor Nye for his encouragement and wise counsel during my time as U.S. Ambassador to Japan. It's wonderful to be here. When my mother and uncles created this institution as a living memorial to my father, they imagined days like this, when global leaders, both men and women, would engage students on the critical issues of the day, and that engagement would inspire the students to enter public life, committing themselves to public service. I'm also happy to be back in this forum, which bears my brother's name and carries on his deep belief in involving young people in politics. I'm happy to be here with my son, Jack. I used to get the Brown perspective from John. Now I get the Yale perspective from Jack. Above all, I'm honored this morning to say a few words about Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. The Prime Minister is one of the most dynamic and effective political leaders on the world stage today. He has sought to redefine Japan's global citizenship for the 21st century. He's undertaken a far-reaching effort to revitalize Japan's economy and address the challenging and changing regional security environment. Indeed, the Prime Minister is a once-in-a-generation leader at a once-in-a-generation moment for the U.S.-Japan alliance. As President Obama rebalances U.S. foreign policy towards Asia, he has no stronger partner than Prime Minister Abe, who welcomed the President to Japan last spring on a critically important state visit. And the President is looking forward to receiving the Prime Minister in Washington this afternoon. He will be the first Japanese Prime Minister to address a joint session of Congress, and there is, of course, a lot of interest in what he has to say. During my service in Japan, I have been inspired by Prime Minister Abe's willingness to address, debate the difficult issues, and by his determination to achieve real results. Finally, my family and all of us here are deeply honored that he has come to Boston as the first stop on his official visit, that he took the time to visit the Kennedy Library last night and begins this historic week by addressing us here this morning at the Kennedy School. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you, Ambassador Kennedy, and it's nice to have you back here. Let me say what a pleasure it is for all of us here at the Kennedy School to be able to welcome Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to our midst. For many years, American policymakers in Washington would complain that they couldn't remember the name of the Japanese Prime Minister because it changed every 6 or 12 months. No longer. Everybody in Washington knows the name Shinzo Abe. Indeed, when I've been in Tokyo, people tell me this is one of the strongest prime ministers Japan has had. It's certainly in this century, but in the last half of the last century. He was first prime minister in 2006. At that time, he was the youngest prime minister, the first prime minister born after World War II. He was elected in 2012 and re-elected by a landslide in 2014. So nobody is going to forget the name of this Japanese prime minister. But I should add one final detail before inviting him to speak. I can't think of any other Japanese prime minister who stood before the United Nations General Assembly and said, we have to do more for the role of women in Japan and in the world. This is quite a tribute for the man who is going to speak to us today. So welcome to the Kennedy School, Prime Minister Abe.
Thank you very much for your wonderful introduction, Professor Nye. Ambassador Kennedy, you've been so nice. To start with, the megaquake that hit Nepal has caused tremendous damage, and many lives were lost. Let me extend my heartfelt condolences to the victims. My heart and prayer are with them. My country has already deployed our emergency relief squad, and as their friend in Asia, Japan spares no effort to provide medical support and support for their reconstruction. Good morning, folks. I am very pleased that so many of you have joined us today, thanks, of course, to Professor Nye. I am keen to know what is of interest to those of you in the Cambridge community. I'm looking forward to taking your questions later on. And it's also going to be a thrilling experience. I have actually two cabinet ministers who are products of the Kennedy School. Yasuhisa Shiozaki, Health, Labor and Welfare Minister, and Yoshimasa Hayashi, Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries Minister, are both pushing forward in their respective fields momentous reforms that happen only once in decades. In fact, I am pushing forward major reforms not only, whatever economic rationale there may be, no reform succeeds without first putting your political process elaborately into order. By political process, I mean the relationship between the parliament and the cabinet, between the ruling party and the opposition, and between the government and the people, especially stakeholders, and the government and the press. No reform is achievable unless you adequately manage those relationships. In many cases, people that are pro-reform constitute a majority, but they are a silent majority. Vested interests, in contrast, readily find opportunities to raise their concerns. Reform consumes your political capital. History tells us that in my country, one single administration deals with, at the most, 1 or 2 reform agendas that are meaningful. All that notwithstanding, I have tenaciously engineered a succession of the reforms coming one after another, and I will be fearless going forward. Why do I say that? It is because now, more than at any time before, I believe there is in Japan among its people a strong and growing desire to pursue reforms. We've had prolonged deflation. Demand in the private sector has gone down as a result. So have private savings due to our aging demography, which has worsened the economy's macro balance. My role in these circumstances is to lead the nation to think of itself once again as the little engine that could. As economics tells you, for us to grow our economy in Japan, there is simply no getting around increasing our labor productivity. Whether my reforms are about engaging more female labor, infusing into Japan more foreign capital and knowledge, or the TPP, all of them are focused on a single target, namely revamping our way of doing things and making innovation flourish by changing die-hard business habits. It is my desire to foster young men and women who envisage their future in Japan with greater confidence. These young people will make the economy stronger, take on global issues, and as a result, increase the nation's value as part of a virtuous circle. That whole process will surely benefit the United States and the countries of Asia. A stronger, more reliable Japan is also in the interest of the U.S. as it pursues its policy of rebalancing. And a more robust alliance between the U.S. and Japan is in the interest of the region and of the world, I believe. What comes to your mind when you think of global issues? Ebola, climate change, the status of women in developing countries. We can multiply the added value we bring to all of those areas through Japan and the U.S. joining hands in tackling those challenges. Together with Professor Amartya Sen and others, my country developed and spread the concept of human security. The essence of human security holds that you must empower each and every individual in order to win the battle over poverty. Human security also holds girls' education dear. When First Lady Michelle Obama was in Japan just recently, we announced that we would include the education of girls in our shared development agenda. Japan and the U.S. are also advancing their cooperation against disasters. In the Philippines and other Southeast Asian countries, for instance, the U.S. and Japan are working together to build local capacities for disaster relief and post-disaster reconstruction. The list goes on and on. I hold the view that the time has come for the U.S.-Japan alliance to derive value through our struggles with global issues. Before I conclude my remarks, let me add that, to my delight, some polls of late rank Tokyo among the most beautiful cities in the world. Tokyo, the host city for the 2020 Olympics and Paralympics, will become a place even more open toward the rest of the world. And all throughout Japan, you will find many other places, hidden gems, if you like, awaiting your visit. Japan, right in the middle of major reforms, is now making, I dare say, a quantum leap. Please do come and see it for yourself. I also want more students from Japan to come to Harvard. If I may say it again in closing, reform never comes without resistance. There will always be pressure from society to suppress it. Still, once you have reached a decision, after of course having given it rigorous thought, you must carry through on it. Reflecting on that as my own responsibility, I was led to remember what JFK left us. What is leadership all about? A young JFK answered that in the expression, grace under pressure. That's what I, too, hope to carry forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I will stop here now and take your questions. Thank you again, Professor Nye, for making these arrangements today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prime Minister. It's now time for Q&A. We have three simple rules in addition to the basic rules that Dean Elwood expressed. One is when you go to one of the microphones, there are two on the floor here and two in the balconies. When you go to one of the microphones and queue up and ask a question, please identify yourself. That's rule number one. Rule number two is there's one question per customer, and it should be short, less than a minute, a quick, short question. And rule number three is that a question ends with a question mark. There's only one speech. We've already heard it, so what we want to hear now are questions. So, Mr. Prime Minister, if you would take some questions, and we will have consecutive translation with the questions.
それでは質問を開始したいと思いますが、3つの基本的なルールがあります。マイクはフロアに、このフロアに2つあります。バルコニーに2つありますが、それを使って質問をするときにはご所属とお名前をおっしゃってください。これがルール1ですね。3つのルールのうちにもう1つのルールは質問をなさるときには1分以内ということで手短に、そして3つ目は質問はクエスチョンマークで終わってくださいと、もうスピーチはいただいたわけですから、スピーチをせずに質問をしてくださいということです。それではお願いいたします。
Let me start to the left.
左側から始めましょう。
Mr. Prime Minister, my name is Alex Yergin. I'm a joint student in the Harvard Kennedy School and Harvard Business School joint program. Thank you very much for speaking with us today. My question is on U.S.-Japan energy cooperation, and could you talk about the role of U.S. energy exports to Japan, both economically and also in terms of the broader strategic interests of the United States and Japan and the broader Asian region?
アル・チャーガーでございます。ハーバードのケネディスクールとビジネススクールと両方に通っております学生でございます。日米のエネルギー協力について伺いたいと思います。日米のエネルギーの面での期待、これはそのアメリカから日本へのエネルギー輸出の観点から、また戦略的な関心事という観点からアメリカ、日本あるいは全世界的な戦略的な関心事という意味でその2つについて言及いただければと思います。
現在、日本においては今までエネルギーの3割を担っていた原子力発電所はすべて止まっております。
In Japan, what has accounted for 30% of our energy, that is, nuclear power plants, are now all out, have stopped operations.
その中で、水力とか太陽光等の再生可能エネルギーは10% を切っております。
And when it comes to hydropower or solar power, such renewable forms of energy account for less than 10%.
90% は化石燃料ということになるわけでありますが、石油の多く、またガスの多くはですね、中東の資源に頼っております。
So 90% are accounted for by fossil fuels, and a large part of oil and a large part of gas is such that we are dependent on the Middle East.
その中において、米国のシェルガス、LNG を輸入できることになれば、日本のエネルギー供給ははるかに安定的なものとなると思っております。
So energy supply in Japan would become very much stable if there is import of shale gas or LNG from the United States.
私は同盟国である米国からのですね、そうしたシェールガス等の輸入を増やしていきたいと、ぜひ安定的に、そして安い値段で提供してもらいたいと思っています。
And so we want to see an increase in supply of shale gas from the United States, which is an ally to our country. And if you could supply it to us in a stable manner and at a cheap price.
Thank you.
I'll try the right microphone on the floor.
右の方どうぞ。
Good morning, Prime Minister. My name is David Rose, and I'm a first-year Master of Public Policy here at the Kennedy School. And my question for you is, what steps do you think Japan can still take to reduce regional tensions within Asia-Pacific?
ダン・ロークスでございます。公共政策の修士の1年目の学生でございます。アジアにおける地域的な緊張を緩和するためにどういうステップを日本は取り得るでしょうか。
日本は先の大戦に対する深い反省の中で平和国家としての歩みを70年間続けてまいりました。
Based on deep remorse regarding World War II, Japan has spent the 70 years after the war steadily treading the path of a peace-loving nation.
またアジアのその中にその意味におきましてアジアの発展に努力をしてきたところでありまして、それぞれの国々が発展をしていくことによってより地域は安定するという考え方のもとであります。
And we have made efforts to spur development in Asia. I believe that stability in the region would come about through respective countries developing.
そこで、現在の状況についてでありますが、力による現状変更は決して許してはならないわけでありまして、私は昨年のシャングリラ会合で3つの原則を申し上げたところであります。
To address the present situation, we cannot condone the change of status quo through coercion and intimidation. At the Shangri-La dialogue, I stated and proposed three principles.
何か主張するときには国際法に基づいて主張していくということです。
The first principle is that states shall make and clarify their claims based on international law.
武力や 威嚇を用いないということであります。
The second is that states shall not use force or coercion in trying to drive their claims.
問題が起こったらそれは平和的に解決をしていくということであります。
And the third principle is that should problems arise, states shall seek to settle disputes by peaceful means.
参加したすべてのアジアの国々と同意することができたとこのように思っておりますが、いずれにせよアジアの海をまさに平和の海、繁栄の海にしていく、このためにアジアの国々が協力をしていくということも重要なことだと思っております。
All of the participating nations were able to see eye to eye on this and agreed to these principles. In any case, I should like to make Asian countries, the Asian region, the ocean of peace and the ocean of prosperity. And to this end, we should like to cooperate with the countries in Asia.
また日本自身も中国や韓国との関係改善にこれからもさらに努力をしております。
And Japan itself will make efforts to improve relations with China and the Republic of Korea.
Let me turn to the left balcony.
左の方どうぞ。
Good morning, Prime Minister Abe. My name is Anna Carell, and I'm a sophomore in the college. Here at the IOP, we promote and encourage young people to engage in politics and public service with the understanding that our generation is the future. How do you see the future of politics, and how does our generation play into that?
アナ・コーランでございます。この大学の2年生でございます。この大学におきましては、政治あるいは公共サービスに従事をするということを大変奨励をいたしております。将来の政治について、そしてそれにおける若い世代の役割について言及していただければと思います。
まさに未来は若い世代が担っているわけであります。
The younger generation indeed shoulder the future.
私もまだ若いつもりなんですけども、もうすでに60になっております。
I think of myself as being young, but I'm already 60.
日本においては投票年齢を今度米国はもうすでにそうなっているんですが、18歳に引き下げることにしました。
We will be reducing the age of eligibility for voting to 18 years. In the United States, this has already happened.
年金の仕組みにしても、また医療の仕組みにしてもですね、それは果たして若い人たちがその年金や医療の仕組みによってですね、利益を得るときに果たして大丈夫かということも若い皆さんこそ考えてもらわなければならないと思います。
And whether it's pension or medical services and the schemes and institutions for providing these, I believe the subject of interest to the younger generation is whether they could receive the benefits in terms of insurance, in terms of pensions and medical care, and whether the system will stay intact.
また、外交において国と国との関係においては歴史的にさまざまな課題を持っている場合がありますが、しかし同時にですね、若い人たちが交流していくことによってお互いの誤解を解いていく、お互いに理解を進めていく、多様性を認め合っていく、これができるのはやっぱり私は若い皆さんではないかと思っておりますので、私はなるべく若い人々、例えばたくさんのアジアの皆さん、アフリカの皆さんに日本に来てもらうプログラムを進めておりますし、日本の若い人たちにもハーバードを含め世界に出ていってもらいたいと思っています。
Right belt.
In diplomacy, relationships between countries are such that sometimes there are challenges. But I believe that the young people have an opportunity to resolve misunderstandings and to understand each other and to recognize diversity. In that sense, I wish to welcome young people from Asia and the United States to come to Japan, and also for Japanese students to go to Harvard and to go elsewhere in the world.
All right. Hello, Prime Minister. My name is Joseph Cho, and I'm a sophomore here at the college. I would like to thank you once again for coming to speak to us today. I apologize in advance if my question comes off as provocative, but it has to do with the topic that weighs heavily on my heart. As someone with ties to South Korea, I know that the issue of comfort women has been a source of contention between my country and yours. There is solid proof showing that the Japanese government and military were directly involved in the comfort women system, and Japan has even formally apologized for this in the 1993 Kono Statement. So my question is, in the face of all these facts, do you still deny the Japanese government's explicit involvement in the subjugation of hundreds of thousands of women into coerced sexual slavery? Thank you.
ジョセフ・チョウでございます、ここの大学の2年でございます、ちょっと挑発的な質問に聞こえましたらお詫び申し上げたいのですが、私が非常に痛切に感じている問題でございます、韓国につながりがある、そういう私といたしましては慰安婦の問題、これは日本および韓国の間で非常に、対立の点となっている問題でございます。で、固い証拠があって日本の政府、そして軍が関与したという証拠があり、そして1993年にはこの談話が出て、そこで、お詫びということで表現しておられます。でもそれでも政府および軍が関与したということを首相は否定なさるのでしょうか。そして何百人何千人という女性が性的奴隷として強制的に連行されたということを否定なさるのでしょうか。
慰安婦問題については人身売買の規制となって施設に尽くしがたい思いをされた方々のことを思うと、今でも私は胸が痛います。この思いは歴代の首相の思いと変わりはありません。
When it comes to the comfort women issue, my heart aches when I think about those people who were victimized by human trafficking and who were subject to immeasurable pain and suffering beyond description. On this score, my feeling is no different from my predecessor prime ministers.
この談話については継承するということは今まで何回か申し上げてきたわけでございますが、このような立場から日本はこれまで慰安婦の方々の現実的救済の観点からさまざまな努力を積み上げてまいりました。
Several times in the past, I have had the occasion to mention that I will uphold the Kono statement. So, from such a standpoint, Japan has made various efforts from the perspective of offering realistic relief for the comfort women.
20世紀にはひとたび紛争が起こると女性の人権、名誉が深く傷つけられた時代でもありました。21世紀はそういう世紀にしてはならない、時代にはしてはならないと考えています。
In the 20th century, we have seen history where once conflict arises, women's human rights and honor are deeply wounded. We had such a history. In the 21st century, we should not make this a history which is akin to the 20th century.
昨年、私は国連総会において、紛争下での性的暴力をなくしていくために、日本はその先頭に立つというお話をさせていただきました。そして、UN Women をはじめとする国際的な枠組みに対しまして、2014年には1200万ドルの協力を行い、2015年には2200万ドルの協力を行っていくことといたしました。21世紀には女性の人権が守られる、人権が侵されることのない世紀にしていくと強い決意を持って日本も臨んでいきたいと思っています。
At the UN General Assembly last year, in order to eliminate sexual violence in a conflict situation, I promised that Japan would stand at the forefront, leading the international society. the international framework, beginning with UN Women, are entities to which Japan has contributed in 2014 to the tune of $12 million, and in 2015, a decision has been made to contribute approximately $22 million. So we have very resolutely determined that in the 21st century, women's human rights should not be violated.
Left. Forward.
Good morning, Mr. Prime Minister. My name is Dhruv Goyal, and I'm a junior at Harvard College. I'm from Mumbai. My question is specific to BRIC nations, so Brazil, Russia, India, and China. What role do you envision Japan playing both economically and geopolitically with regards to these countries? I know you share a very special bond with our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, and so I was just curious about that.
私、この大学の3年のドイルでございます。ブリックス諸国ですね、ブラジル、ロシア、インド、中国に関して、日本は経済的に、地政学的にどういう役割を果たしていかれるご所存なのでしょうか。特に私はムンバイから来ておりますが、私の国の首相、モディ首相とは大変近しい関係にあるというふうに理解しております。伺いたいと思います。
ブリックスの国々、現在、それぞれ課題を持っていますが、世界の経済を引っ張っていく、その大きな可能性をそれぞれの国が秘めていると思います。
The BRICS countries are such that each have their own specific issues, but they have the potential to be the traction for the world economy, being the drive for the world economy.
昨年、私はブラジルを訪問いたしました。日本とブラジルは伝統的にたくさんの日系人がいるということもあり、友好な関係を持っております。今、経済的な困難に直面をしていますが、この困難を必ず克服するであろうと期待をしています。
Last year, I had the occasion to visit Brazil. We have in Japan strong ties with Brazil, there being many Brazilians of Japanese origin, and so we have a friendly relationship. They are beset with economic difficulties at the moment, but I am convinced that Japan will overcome Brazil will overcome these issues.
ロシアにつきましては、このウクライナの問題について、ぜひ合意を実行していく中において平和的な解決をしてもらいたいと思います。
With regard to Russia, I hope that at all costs they would reach agreement on the issue of the Ukraine and bring about a peaceful resolution.
同時に日本とロシアは戦後70年まだ平和条約が締結をされていないという状況でございますので、なんとか私はプーチン大統領との間で対話を進め、そう簡単ではありませんが、平和条約に向けて努力を進めていきたいと思っています。
At the same time, 70 years after World War II, we have not concluded a peace treaty with Russia. And so I should like to somehow continue a dialogue with Mr. Putin, and I'm sure it's not easy, but I should like to make an effort to conclude the peace treaty.
中国については、まさに中国の発展は日本や世界にとっての大きなチャンスだと思っています。
As for China, the development of China is a major positive for Japan and the world.
同時に中国の南シナ海や東シナ海における振る舞いに対して日本を含めアジアの多くの国々が懸念を持っているのも事実であり、軍事費の拡大についてもそうであります。
At the same time, China's conduct in the South China Sea as well as the East China Sea are such that Japan and many countries in Asia are concerned. The same goes for militarism displayed by China.
ぜひ地域の責任ある大国として平和的な台頭を進めて、平和的な台頭を求めていってもらいたいと思います。
as a responsible major power in the region, I hope sincerely that it would find a peaceful answer to its challenges.
そしてインドでありますが、最大の民主主義国家であるインドとですね、私は関係をさらに強い関係にしていきたいと思います。モディ首相は先般日本に来日をされました。何回か首脳会談、マルチの場でも行っておりまして、モディ首相の強いリーダーシップによってですね、インドが力強く発展していくことを大いに期待をしたいと思います。
As for India, it is the largest democratic nation, and I wish to see relations strengthened between India and Japan. Prime Minister Modi has come to Japan, and I have had the occasion to engage in talks with him at multilateral fora many times. And under the strong leadership of Prime Minister Modi, I hope that India will achieve a very robust development, and I have great expectations of this.
経済だけではなくて、安全保障においてもインドとの関係を強化していきたいと考えています。
And not only in the area of the economy, I wish to strengthen bilateral relations with India in the field of security as well.
Right floor.
Me.
This is unfortunately going to have to be our last question.
残念ながら最後の質問です。
Thank you so much, Prime Minister Abe. It's such an honor and a pleasure to hear you speak here. My name is Sitsu Goffard. I'm a senior at Harvard College studying economics, and my question is the following. So in your speech, you talked a lot about your goal, your overall mission of elevating the status of women in Japanese society and in the workforce, which is an excellent goal. But surely, of course, you will admit that it's still a challenge. Right now, according to statistics from The Economist, only about 1% of senior executives in the Japanese workforce are women. And sort of the female representation in the Japanese parliament is still in the teens. So I'm wondering, sort of goals aside, can you lay out specific things and actions that you have done in office or are continuing to do in office to try to change that? Thank you.
ハーバードの3年の経済を学んでいるものです。大変安倍首相を迎えられて光栄でありましたし、嬉しくも思いました。今ご発言の中でですね、女性の社会における、そして職場における地位を高めるということについていろいろと言及なさいました。ただですね、これはまだ大きな課題であるというふうに思っておりますし、ご自身も認められるでしょう。エコノミストの統計によりますと、上級幹部の職に就いている女性は 1% 以下、そして国会における女性の代表も非常に少ないということでございます。ですから目標はさておいて、具体的に何をしておられるんでしょうか。そしてこれからどういうことをしていかれるのでしょうか。
まずですね、私自身ができることからスタートしておりまして、例えば国家公務員の採用において、女性の幹部候補生を3割、各省で3割以上、今年採用いたしました。すべての省でそれを大きく超えてクリアしています。
I am doing things, beginning with areas where I can make advances. With regard to the civil servants, I have given a goal of making 30% of executive position women candidates to be hired, and all of the ministries have cleared this goal, 30% of candidates for executive positions in government.
また確かにまだ女性の国会議員の数は少ないのでありますが、私の党において重要な役職は3つの重要な役職があるわけでありますが、安倍政権がスタートしたとき、この3つのうち2人を女性の役員を指名いたしました。
Indeed, the number of women parliamentarians in the Diet or the Parliament is indeed very small in terms of number. But when the Abe government was elected, there are three major positions in the party, Liberal Democratic Party, and two of these three positions are now filled by women.
また経済界も協力をしていただいておりまして、上場企業6年間で役員の数を6年間で90名やっと増やしたんですが、安倍政権ができて2年間で180名増えました。
And we have cooperation from the economic circles as well. Among listed companies, they have taken 60 years to have 90 women directors. But with the election of the Abe administration, in 2 years we have achieved 180.
そういう意味においては、私の党においてもですね、そろそろ私のライバルとして女性が登場してくるという状況に備えなければいけないと思っております。
So in that sense, I must be prepared for a women rival competing with me.
また多くの企業にとってもですね、社会政策ではなくて女性が入ることによって企業の業績が上がっていくという認識を持ってもらいたいと思っています。
And I would hope that the companies have the awareness that they are hiring women not because of social policy, but because hiring women would improve the corporate performance. And I would hope that they would have such a recognition.
よく申し上げるのはですね、リーマンブラザーズがもしリーマンブラザーズではなくてリーマンブラザーズ&シスターズだったら釣れなかっただろうということがあります。
I often say that had the Lehman Brothers been Lehman Brothers and Sisters, they would still be around.
Please join me in thanking Prime Minister Abe. Very good. Very, very good.